Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Santanu. How
are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. What about you?
I'm doing well, very well. Thank you for asking. Yes, maybe we are meeting second time, yeah?
Yes, yes. So how is your English going on, practice going on?
Yes, practice is going on very well. Yeah. Whenever I get the time, I always talk to another people every single day.
Yes.
And ma'am, how is the practice going on?
Super. It's going fantastic. I'm learning and
Yes,
I'm enjoying a lot.
Yes, yes. And ma'am, before starting our conversation, first of all, please introduce yourself.
Yes. There is need of introduction.
Yes, yes. Actually, I have maybe I have talked with you 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay. I am Kalpana. I am from Noida Extension. I am a tutor as well as I am mother of 2 children. If I talk about my education qualification, I have done MA, B.Ed and qualified CTET, UPTET. Along with that, I have 5-year experience of teaching. If I talk about my hobby, I love teaching, dancing and traveling. Now, one hobby is became also like I am learning this language, so interacting with people, it also is my hobby. So that's all about me.
Yes, yes, this is a nice introduction from your side. And ma'am, you have done so many things. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Your voice is low. Please speak louder.
Yes, yes, all right. May I introduce myself? And first of all, thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity to introduce myself in front of you. I am Santanu Das and I am connecting from West Bengal. And by professional, I am working person. I work in a hospital as an attendant. And if I talk about my education qualification, I have completed my graduation in mathematics subject. And if I talk about my hobbies, I always like playing cricket and football. But right now, also I don't get free time. That's why also I don't play cricket and football. And apart from also, I'm running my one YouTube channel, which name is English with LP. That's all about me. It is my first introduction.
Okay. It's great to hear. I would like to one question. You always make a conversation video in an open area. Why?
Yes, actually, I am on the roof at my house. Yeah, I have selected this place because there is another reason. Because, and I always make the video daytime. Actually, when I make the video on in the room, and there is a network problem. Yeah, that's also in this place is very well for talk to another people.
Okay, actually, I saw your video, so that time I always think about you make the video on the open area. So why? What is the reason? Okay, so you are on the terrace.
Yes, yes. The network problem also in the room. Yeah.
Okay, so it is your holiday today.
No, it is today is not my holiday. Yeah, I today also I will go to the night duty. Yeah, actually I work in a hospital. That's why also I have to do shifting duty, morning, evening, night. And today I will go to the night duty. That's why also daytime I am free. Yeah.
Okay, so it means you spend your time productively this time.
Yes, yes.
Good.
And ma'am, right now also you are a teacher. You have been teaching about 5 years. Yeah.
Yes, you can say. I used to teach in a school 6 years ago. So because of some reason, I had to left my job. Okay, but now I have started it. Now I am a tutor. Back then I was teaching in a school, but now I am teaching in my own academy.
Yes, yes. And did you teach English subject?
Yes, I also teach English subject, not a subject, but also a language.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's why also you have a lot of experience. But ma'am, first of all, please tell me who are beginner, who are learning this language, and what kind of method is very important for starting?
For the beginner, to be consistent in your language, it's very important. I feel like that if you are doing reading, listening, and writing, speaking also, but you do with consistency, then you can be learn. Otherwise, no effort, no effort can be fluent in your life. Because if you are doing so many years for long years, but you are not with consistency, so you are not able to learn. Like I have been learning this, I have been learning this language for 1 year, but without consistency. So I feel like that I'm not learning, I'm not able to learn. But for last 5 years, I am with consistency. So it feels like I am more confident, I am learning very well. So if you want to learn this language, so you have to be consistent. And this is the first rule. After that, you will get you will get the fluency. You can get by the only speaking, only listening, but you have to be consistent with this language. You have to be surrounded with English language. It is very important. Whenever I have time, whenever I don't have time to do any single task, so I just try to listen to the videos while working as well. So it is the thing when you will be surrounded with the English language. It is more important. You can observe the feelings, you can observe the situation while working as well. So it is the very important first tool to be consistent. Other than you are, if you do with consistency, it means you are doing something. You can do writing, listening, speaking. You are doing something, but you have to be consistent. No matter how efforts do you are putting in your practice, how efforts you are doing in your man in your mind, like you are thinking a lot, you are speaking a lot. It's depend on the practice. So first is consistency, second is practice. So do
Yes,
practice.
yes,
It is important. Only by
yes,
listening, only by reading, it cannot help you. You have to speak out with the
yes,
person.
yes. You're right. You're right. I agree with you 100%. And ma'am, maybe also you are learning this language about 1 year, yeah?
I have been learning this language, yes, to be honest, but without consistency. But I have been I have been learning this language with consistency last 5 months. So
Like five
yeah,
months.
yes, I can see more changes in my fluency, in my thought. I can I can see the more changes. So
Yes,
it
yes,
it happens only because of the consistency and practice as well. Practice as well. So yeah, it is. And if I do it with consistency, I feel like that no, now I am getting interest to speak. Otherwise, I feel like that I'm not able to English. I'm not able to speak English. So it is the thinking, like while I'm not with consistency and while I with consistency. It is only thinking. When I am doing with consistency, I feel like that I am improving, I am learning, I am more confident than earlier. If I am not, if I get a gap during my learning, that I feel like that I am same like than earlier. So it is the only thinking. Yes, in during the festival, yes, I took 2 and 3 days gap. Then I feel no, I am at the same place than I earlier. If I during the festival, before the festival, I was doing with consistency. That time I feel I am more confident. So it is the changing of thinking when the person is doing, when the person is not doing.
yes, yes, you're right. And ma'am, I belong to village area, and when I was starting in my school life, that time my English was not good. I was very weak in English subject, and at that time I always scared of the English subject. That's why also I have been learning this language about 2 years, but I have been speaking English about eight months. But before speaking English, I have completed the all grammatical rules. After that, also I started my English speaking journey. and I have been learning this language for a long time, and maybe also you have been learning this language about 1 year. But one question, I have one more question for you, which is moving in my head for a long time. I noticed that most of the YouTubers, they are always making the thumbnail. How did you learn English within 15 days? How did you learn English just 30 days? But ma'am, I am asking one question. What do you think? It is possible or not?
I think it's not possible just learn the language in 15 days or in 3 months. It's not happen like that because I am learning, so I can feel no one can learn this language in a 3 months or 3 months and 4 months. It can be
30 days.
happen with the consistency. If you have the patience, if you have the passion about the learning, so you can only yet you can learn. You cannot be fluent in the English in 3 months, but you get to know how to communicate. You will be able to how to communicate with the people, and you aware about the what is the language. It is the language only, and it can be happen with the practice. So it's not it's totally false. The people can learn the language within a 3 months. It's not true.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and it is easy to hear, like everyone can learn the language in the 3 months. But if the person go into the area, sometimes the beginner always think it is not my cup of tea because the language is very vast, and the grammar is also vast. They are like the ocean. There are so many difficulties between. There are so many difficulties during the learning, and some beginner also step out from the learning. They think like, no, it is not my cup of tea. It is rocket science. But if the beginner have the passion about the English, only they can learn. Earlier, I also think about that. No, it's a rocket science. It's just a rocket science, and I can not learn this language. But now I can feel that yes, it is happened with every beginner. It is happened with every learner. So it is also happening with me. If I feel like that, it is so hard, so I can learn. So I don't think I have to change my mindset, and I have to do with consistency. I have to do with positive mind. Yes, everyone can learn. So how can I not learn?
Yes,
So
yes.
I will definitely learn. That is the thinking. I will learn. I
Yes, yes.
am learning. Yes.
Yes, yes. I agree with you. I agree with you. I with 100% because it is not a piece of cake. It is not a cup of tea. And in our locality, there is no good environment. Yeah. And if there is a good environment, maybe also you can learn this language very easily. But there is no good environment. That's also it will take time. It will take time, in my point of view. And ma'am, I have one more question to you. And right now also, being a you have a family member, you have a lot of work in your family. You have 2 kids. Few minutes ago, you have told me. And right now also, you are learning this language, and you are also teaching. You are also teaching few students. But how did you manage your time?
I try to manage because I have a passion about English language, and I want to learn. I want to improve my personality also. I want to communicate in English. So that is my need. So I am learning this language, and for the learning this language and maintain my home and give some thoughts, and I have to grow. I have also 2 kids, and I am homemaker as well. So I have so much responsibility to do, but I try to manage all the things. I just make my routine, and I follow that. And after making the routine, I just try to uh, complete my task on a day in a day. So and these kind of thing I am doing, and I feel like that if I'm doing only my practice, uh, and if I leave all the things, it's not good. So I have to manage, I have to gathering all the things, and then and I want my result. Like I want to be a good mother, I want to be a good learner, I want to be a good wife. So much responsibility I have, and I have to manage all the things. That means I'm a good manager. So
Yes,
I
yes,
am just trying to be a good manager.
yes, yes. And ma'am, I'd like to ask another question to you. Right now, also you are teaching so many students. You have a lot of experience. That's why. And I know also basic English grammar is important for speaking English, because in our locality there is no good environment. And as far as I remember, before speaking English, I have completed the all grammatical rules. But ma'am, for the speaking purpose, only for speaking purpose, how much English grammar is important?
I feel like that grammar is also important before the speaking. If the person have the knowledge of grammar, they can express their thought confidently and clearly. If the person have not the grammar, have not the idea of the grammar, like if the person want to speak about the future, but he is using a past tense, so it means he is not able to express their thought. So it means if the person have the good grammar knowledge, only then he can express their ideas effectively and confidently and clearly. So grammar rule also important. Yes, and I'm not saying that if the person have the knowledge of totally knowledge of grammar, then he will able to speak. No, but in the beginning he have to speak out whatever he has the knowledge of little bit of speaking. He has to start before the grammar knowledge. He can start in speaking. At least he comes out from the fear of speaking, because people have the fear of speaking in front of other. So it is also a very big task to tackle. So if the person, and while speaking they can learn the grammar, like I am learning this language and I am also learning the grammar rules also. I am speaking, I have the knowledge of, now I have the knowledge of grammar, but while speaking I am also making mistake. It doesn't mean that, it does not mean that I don't have the knowledge. I have knowledge, but while speaking I make the mistake. So what
Yes,
if
yes.
the person don't have the knowledge of grammar? He cannot speak in English. He can speak English and he can learn the grammar while speaking, while learning this language. So both are equally
Yes, yes.
depend each.
You're right. I also know a lot of English grammar, but while speaking, also I make some mistake. Yeah, I after recording the video, when I watch very carefully, that time also, yeah, it was very easy. But at that time, it I made some mistake. And ma'am, I would like to ask another question to you. I belong to village area, and when I was studying in my school life, that time my English was not good. That's why also I don't have a lot of vocabulary in my brain. Yeah, while speaking, I get stuck lack of vocabulary, and I don't like reading. Yeah, I don't like reading. That's why also I don't like reading English storybook. I don't like reading English newspaper. And that's why also I have to face a lot of problem for improving my vocabulary skill. But I am asking one question. But how am I improve my vocabulary skill? Is there any process?
Yes, I am also practicing on that. Like I am the lover of reading, but earlier I was lover of Hindi books. Like
Yes.
I take interest in the story. But nowadays I feel like that if I read an English book, that can help me a lot, to frame the sentence, to get the vocabulary, and it also image the idea in my mind. So I am reading English book also, and that is the best thing. And while reading I get, yes, of course I get new word, because I don't have so much vocabulary. and now I'm learning, so I get new words as well. And I while reading, I feel it is the hard word to understand. Then I go to Google and search the meaning, and then I try to learn and write in my diary. And it is not possible to use that vocabulary while conversing. And yes, I am
Yes.
facing a lot. I am facing difficulty a lot while learning the vocabulary. It is easy to read. It is easy to get the meaning. It is easy to write in diary. But it is difficult to use vocabulary words. Those you have get to know. Those you have written in your diary. It is hard to use while conversing. So and now I came across an idea that is I will make 2 and 3 sentences every day. Then my mind
Yes.
will be active. Then my mind will be active to recall the new words while conversing. So it is my new thought, and I am doing on that process, and I feel like that, yeah, it will be work. So it is
Yes.
the
Yes.
thing that I'm trying to do. And
Yes. Yes. You're right.
learning the new vocabulary is not a easy task. It's also a
Yes.
difficult task to use the new words in conversing.
Yes. Yes. You're right, ma'am. All right, ma'am. It was nice conversation with you. Yeah. Thank you for giving a valuable time. I have learned a lot of things from you. Yeah. All right, ma'am. Nice to meet you. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Have a good day.